In the autumn of 1888, the narrow streets of London's East End echoed with fear. A shadow moved silently through the fog, leaving behind mutilated victims and unanswered questions. His name? Jack the Ripper. And it all began with one horrific night. Whitechapel, London, a poor, overcrowded district where crime, poverty, and desperation filled every corner. Prostitutes lined the dark alleys, hoping for just enough money to survive. But one man turned their struggle into his hunt, and his first victim would mark the beginning of history's most infamous killing spree. On August 31st, 1888, a woman named Marion Nichols, known as Polly, was found lifeless in Bucks Row. She was only 43 years old, a mother of 5, and living in poverty. When her body was discovered at 3:40 in the morning, it sent shockwaves through the East End. Her throat had been slashed not once but twice, and her abdomen was brutally mutilated. This was no ordinary murder. The killer showed skill, precision cuts that suggested knowledge of anatomy. But there were no witnesses, no footprints, no blood trail leading away. It was as if he had vanished into the fog. The police rushed to the scene, baffled by the brutality. At first, they thought it might be a drunken attack, or perhaps gang violence. But just days later, another woman, Annie Chapman, was found murdered in a nearly identical fashion. The press began to whisper of a serial killer. The poor Whitechapel lived in terror, and the police had no answers. The murders grew bolder, and London's newspapers gave the killer a name that would echo forever: Jack the Ripper. As panic spread, letters began arriving at the police station, and newspapers signed by the killer himself. In one, he scrawled, "Catch me if you can. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper." But were these real taunts from the killer, or hoaxes meant to stir fear? No one could say for certain. All they knew was that the bodies continued to appear, each more gruesome than the last. Mary and Nichols was only the beginning. Over the next 2 months, London would fall victim to a reign of terror that has never been solved. So here's the question. Was Jack the Ripper a skilled surgeon hiding in plain sight, or an ordinary man lost in the shadows of Whitechapel? The mystery of Jack the Ripper remains unsolved.